it is a collection of computer, that is a network. If it is a collection of network, then that is an internet. So that is how internet has been evolved. Trading of goods and services over the internet with the help of computer and telecommunication will be considered as what? E-commerce. If I wanted to access the content of an internet, mainly I just wanted to have the connection to the internet. Then only we can share the content of an internet. If it is a collection of web page, that is a website. If it is a collection of website, then we are going to call that as a www. Hello everybody, a warm welcome to one and all. Welcome to the 17th chapter of your first PUC's Computer Science, that is Web Designing. I am Rohini TS, lecturer, Department of Computer Science, Vidhyaashram Pre-University College, Temple of Excellence, Mysuru. So in our today's session, we are going to discuss regarding the introduction part of this chapter. That means we will get to know what is the use of having this internet. So in the web designing, we are not only focusing on the HTML part. Along with that, we are also going to learn about the internet things. What do you mean by internet? What is the use of having this? Then how can I get a benefit out of that? And what are the services we can get in the internet? That is what I will be discussing in my today's session. Let me get into the session that is regarding web designing. So in the earlier days, we had standalone computer system environment. That means what? Only single user can use that, and single user can use the resources of a computer system. You just imagine, now we are all using social media. For what purpose we are all using? Mainly for the communication purpose. We are going to share some data and information. But in the earlier days, when we had that standalone computer system environment, at that time we couldn't exchange the data from one computer to another computer. For example, if I wanted to exchange the data from one computer to another computer, at that time I am literally need to carry my data from one place to another place, that where I wanted to reach that data. So when the evolution of this system, or when the evolution of networking things, everything got evolved, at that time we got an opportunity in order to share the data from one computer system to another computer system with the technology. So that means what? Each computer system will going to have a capability to transfer its data and information from its computer system to another computer system. Then only we can say that that computer is in the network. So when I can exchange the data from one computer to another system, then we are going to call that as a network. So if it is a collection of network, and each network will going to have a number of computers, okay, and each computer has an ability to exchange its data with another computer. If it is a collection of computer, that is a network. If it is a collection of network, then that is an internet. So that is how internet has been evolved. So you can see here, computer network is a computer connected together. So it is a set of computer which is connected together for the purpose of communication and data sharing. Why I am using, or why we are having this network? Mainly in order to share the data from one computer to another computer, and also mainly for the communication purpose. Then computer network is an interconnection of autonomous computer. What do you mean by autonomous here? That is individual computer. It is a private computer. If it is a collection of computer, then that will going to build a network. So with the help of that, I can share a data. I can perform the communication, and also mainly for the purpose of resource sharing. So that resources can be related to data and information, or its memory space, or its processing speed. That is all what will be considered as what? Resources. In order to share all those things, we are going to build this network. And also the term internet is derived from two words, interconnection and network. As I said, for example, you just imagine I have a computer here. Okay, consider I have a computer. This will going to build a network, and I have one more network. Fine. So if it is a collection of autonomous computer, then I am going to call this as a network. So if it is a collection of network, then I am going to call that as an internet. That is what you have to remember here. Okay, so here internet is a combined collection of many interconnected computer networks around the world. How I am sharing the data? Am I sharing my data and information of a computer from one computer to another system within particular building or within certain room? No, right? We are sharing the data and information throughout the world. That means internet is a collection of many interconnected computer, and in many interconnected computer will be considered as network. If it is a network of network, then that is internet. So here each network will going to consist of multiple numbers of computer which is connected through cables, wires or any other media. So as we all know that if I wanted to share data from one system to another system, then there must be a connection. How we are going to establish a connection between one computer to another computer system? That too with the help of some cable, optical medias, and also we have wireless communication. Along with that we have some other communication media in order to transfer the data or in order to establish a relation or connection between one computer system to another computer system. So by making use of all these internet or networking concept, we can have the ability to share the data and we can establish the communication. And also the connection to the internet is needed to need the internet. So if I wanted to access the content of an internet, mainly I just wanted to have the connection to the internet, then only we can share the content of an internet here. So now we'll see about the services what it will going to provide an internet. Now I got to know, right? I know what is computer, what is the use of computer, why the connection between two computers are important, how the network has been built, and if it is a network of network, then I will call that as an internet. And if it is an internet, that will going to consist of all the set of computer, and each computer has a data and information that needs to be shared one among others. Then what are the services that I can get with the help of this internet? That is what? www, World Wide Web. So we'll see about that first service. So in the year September 1994, Berners-Lee founded the World Wide Web Consortium. So in short, it will be considered as W3C, that is World Wide Web Consortium. So this is a standard that will going to say how the content must be in the www. So that the World Wide Web is also called as www. It allows the computer users to locate and access any information over the internet. Why we are going to use this www? As we all know that we have internet. In the internet we have some data and information which I wanted to fetch, which I wanted to get benefit out of that. At that time, by making use of this www, I am going to access, or this will going to allow the users to locate and access. I can get to know where is the content is present on the internet. So thus www is giving a route map to us, like how to access and how to fetch the data and information which is present on the internet. So it will allows the computer user to locate and access any information over the internet. And also web is a collection of millions of pages of information, and each page will be considered as what? Web page. For example, if you are searching something over the internet, at the time what is the document or a web document that you are going to get will be considered as a web page. If it is a collection of web page, that is a website. If it is a collection of website, then we are going to call that as a www. So that is World Wide Web. So here the information can, like as I told, we have collection of pages, and what each page consists of. So if you search something, at that time what kind of information you are going to get? Only textual form you are going to get. It doesn't contain any multimedia, like it doesn't contain any audios, videos or any of the GIF images, isn't it? So it comprises of all the kinds of data. In the same way, when we have a network, when we have a data and information or a collection of website in the internet, that is also consist of different kinds of information, that may be either text or any of the pictures, animation, sounds, videos, audios. It can be anything. And we are going to use this internet in order to find particular topic. Based on some particular topic, we are going to search over there. This is regarding what? www, World Wide Web Consortium. That is a standard. It has been established in the year 1994, September, by Berners-Lee. Okay. So next we'll see about the email. So if I say email, everybody is familiar with email. Okay. So that is electronic mail. As we all know that we are using internet mainly for the communication purpose. In the same way, I have one more service on the internet, that is email. Email is mainly used for the purpose of communication, and it stands for what? Electronic mail. So it is the most popular, and somehow it is not so expensive. If I have my email ID, then I no need to pay anything. I can share my data. Somehow it is what? Cheap and also easy and fastest mailing service. I can share my data and information with other recipient without giving or without paying anything. That's why it make it as popular as well as inexpensive. And also we can send or receive messages on the internet within a seconds or a minute. So that will be based on the content, based on the bandwidth of your internet, what is the speed of internet. Based on that, it will going to take a time, but it will be used, or it will be mainly for the purpose of communication. We are using this service called email or electronic mail. Then with the help of this email, this will going to allow the people to send messages to one or more recipient. I can send a same message to one or more recipient. What is the main thing? They must also have email account. Then only I can share data and information with one or more recipient. And who invented this email and in which year? That you can see here, it was invented by V.A. Shiva Ayyadurai in the year 1972. Who is the founder of this email? V.A. Shiva Ayyadurai. So he is a person, one who invented or one who found this email services over the internet in the year 1972. So now, as we know that if I have an email, then it is mandatory to have an email address. That means how can I check the user ID? So here comprises of two parts. One is left part and another one is right part. So in between we are going to have the @ symbol, right? @ symbol. So here at the left side we have to mention the username. For example, ROHINI. Rohini@gmail.com. Okay. So here Rohini is the username and @ specifies that we are using email, and domain name is gmail.com. .com is nothing but for commercial purpose we are using that. So here at the left hand specifies the user who belongs to that domain, and right hand side that describes the domain name. As I told, .com or .edu, .in. Whether it is an Indian email or whether we are using this for an educational purpose. Based on that domain, it will be categorized. And also you can see one of the example here. So now we'll see about the advantages of email. So what is the first advantage we have here? Easy to use. How it is easy to use? So if you consider an email, at the time it will not going to mess up with some of the tedious tasks or some of the messed up works. So instead of that, we are going to have a beautiful GUI, and I can interact with my GUI by of this email, and somehow it is easy to use. It is not so strict and it is not so tedious task. So that will be considered as what? Easy to use. So everybody can understand how to use that email. And also second advantage is speed. With respect to the sending or receiving of an email will going to take less than a minute. That is what? Speed here, and easy to prioritize. That means we are going to have a subject in the email. So if it is relevant to me or if it is more important to me at that particular time, then I can open that email, then I can read that. So by just looking into the subject, if it is important to me or not, based on that I can use the email services. That is easy to prioritize. So as I told, it will going to have a subject. If it is important to me, then I will open that email. Otherwise, I will just ignore. Then reliable and secure. So if you are sharing a data from one place to another place, that too over the internet, then it will going to provide a reliable security, and confidentiality will going to be there in the email service. And also informal and conversational. So we are going to use normal talking words, or we are going to use normal conversation language in order to share the data and information in the email. It is not so formal. If you wanted to have a conversation, you can have it with the help of this email, and also easier for the reference. So you just imagine or you just recall the usage of WhatsApp. For example, I have list of messages, and then I am just going to click one any of the chat. At the time, if I wanted to reply for a particular text, At that time, how we are going to use that? I can just right swipe it, right? So below that I can write the content whatever I wanted to share, or else I just long press it and then I will get the symbol inverted, then I am going to write the content, then I will reply for that. In the same way, here also we can have the reference. For example, if I wanted to reply for any of the previous mail, at that time I can consider that previous mail as my reference. So with reference to that previous mail, I can write the content, then I can forward that to the related recipient. That is what easier to reference. And also we have a automated emails. So there is a possibility of having this automated emails. So this will going to have a predefined text. Okay. So when it comes to the automated emails, you can also have that benefit by using automated responder. That means it will going to specify, or it will going to reply in a predefined text manner. For example, even you can take the example of WhatsApp itself. So there it will going to give you what, for example, someone is sending thank you. At the time you are going to get the priorities like you are welcome or some smiley symbol. So out of that you can click anything. That is what automatically generated text which is based on the conversation. In the same way, here also we can have a automated emails, and also environment friendly. So why I am saying this as an environment friendly? If you just consider the usage of letters. So in the older days we had letters, now we have letters, but usage will be somehow less than this email, right? So if you consider the letters, at the time I have to use the paper, I have to use the pen and paper, and it needs to be manual. So then we need to cut trees in order to prepare or in order to develop paper. But when we are using it as a digital media, when we are using this email as a digital service over the internet, at the time no need to use any of the trees or no need to use any other material which is related to environment. So it will not going to create any pollution. So that's why it will be considered as what? Environmental friendly. And use of graphics. And also I can include text, images, videos, audios. Along with that we can prepare greeting cards, some animation, invitations. We can use all those features in the email. And also advertising tools. So some of the companies or an enterprises using this email as an advertisement tool. For example, you can take the example of Flipkart, Amazon. So if you are connected with them, or if you sync your Gmail or email account with any of the online shopping, at the time they are going to give some seasonal offers or any of the discounts, everything that you are going to get it as a mail. That is what they are using the email as an advertisement tool in any of the organization. And also it is not so expensive, that's why it will be considered as cheap service. Then data storage. So if you have an email or if you have email address of your own, at the time this will going to allows you to store some data and information. So this will going to give you free 15 GB of memory. And also if you wanted to extend it, so you can get the packs and you have to pay on the monthly basis or yearly basis. And also provision of attachment. So you can attach text, images, audios, videos. So you can attach all those media here. So this is the advantages of email. And also we have several disadvantages with respect to emails. It may be affected by viruses. Viruses are a malfunctioning software that will going to start replicating itself. So then it will going to spread to the overall computer system. Then mainly it will going to reduces the productivity of a computer. And also we have a spam. So it will going to send unwanted advertisement messages to recipient without their knowledge. That is what will be considered as a spam here. So email when used to send unwanted advertisements are termed as spam. And also we have hacking. So the act of breaking into the computer security is termed as hacking. So they are just breaking the confidentiality, they are just breaking the security whatever is provided in the computer system. So these are somehow the disadvantages of having this email. So next we'll see about the next service with respect to news group. So if I am sharing some of the information or if I am sharing some of the content over the internet, then we are going to call that as a news group here. So or a discussion group on the internet. I am just going to post something which is related to some of the news, and readers or receivers will going to read that and they can comment back. That is what news group is all about. So they are used for free exchange of information. So users sends a message to the news group and other user will going to read that message. If they want, they can reply it back. That is regarding news groups. And also we have e-commerce. So it is most commonly used thing nowadays, isn't it? So e-commerce is what? Trading of goods and services over the internet with the help of computer and telecommunication will be considered as what? E-commerce. So it stands for electronic commerce. We are making a business, we are trading of a goods and services with the help of internet. So what is the benefit of having this e-commerce? It will going to save a time, it will going to save a fuel, no need to travel from one place to another place. Somehow it is convenient, it has a easy user interface, and it is user friendly. Okay, so all those are the benefits. Then if you consider an example for this, it includes online banking, online shopping, online education. Everything is somehow online right now, right? So for that purpose, we are going to have this e-commerce. That is what we are just carrying out all the business dealing over the internet. That is what e-commerce is all about. So next what we have here, that is FTP, File Transfer Protocol. So if I have an internet, if I wanted to share a file or any of the records from one computer to another system, then there must be some standard. Who is going to take all those things? That is with the help of this FTP. So this will be used in order to transfer the files on the internet easily and quickly. So if I wanted to download any of the file, and if I wanted to upload any of the file to the internet, then this FTP should allow us. That is what? File Transfer Protocol. It is having certain set of rules and regulation in order to transfer the file over the internet. For that purpose, we are going to have this FTP, and that file can consist of any kind of data. Like it may include video, audio, text, or any of the graphic data files. Everything can be uploaded and downloaded using FTP. So this is the usage of having this FTP. So as we know that we have a client, we have a server, right? So client will going to send a request. So this FTP will going to process that request, and it will fetch the document that you are looking for. After that, it will reach out to the client again. It will fetch the content from the server, and it will make sure to reach it to the client. That is regarding FTP and FTP server here. So next we have Telnet or remote login. So you just imagine you have seminar today, okay, but you have forgotten in order to bring your laptop or a palm top. At that time you mandatorily wanted to access the content of your laptop. At that time, what you can do, you can have a remote login. That means I can access the content of your laptop which is at your home by sitting in the college. That process is called as what? Telnet or remote login. So here Telnet is a computer based protocol which permits your computer to log on to another computer at some location and use it as if you are there. As I told, when you are using computer or a laptop which is at your home, you are just getting all the access to your computer system by sitting at the college. So that is what Telnet or remote login is all about. And mainly it will going to work based on the prompt. So I am going to generate some of the unique ID. So that based on that ID, if the ID matches, then this will going to allow us to access the content of that computer which is there in another location. And also this is an important service using which journalists can transform their stories into the organization servers in a matter of seconds. So where morely we are going to use this Telnet service, that is in the journalist field. So in the news group, there we are going to use this Telnet or a remote login. They send their data or content to the organization server. So from that server, I can fetch the content which is sent by this journalist. So here you can see that. So we have a Telnet client and also we have a Telnet server. So here by sending username and password, I am going to access the content of server to client. So that is how this Telnet or remote login will going to help us in order to share the data and information even though we don't have that system physically with us. That is Telnet. Next, what we have here, chat. You wanted me to give the things regarding this chat. No, right? We all familiar with the chat and we all used to do it daily, right? That is what? It is the most popular service if you consider it on the internet. So if I say or if I just mark any of the application here, you are able to say what is this application is all about and why we are going to use this. So this chat is nothing but it is a conversation between two people. So it can be over text or over phone. That is what related to this chat. Mainly we are exchanging some data and information. So next what we have here, Gofer. So Gofer on the internet is a system for user to search for file via menus or directory structure. I am just searching for particular file with the help of menus or directory over the internet. Then we are going to call that as a Gofer. So mainly it is uses the plain English names and text based only. It is not based on the graphical user interface. Instead of that, it just only works with a characters or a text. I hope you got to know regarding this Gofer. So it's all about today's session. In my coming session, we will see the terms which is related to internet. That is what terms which is related to web. So if you wanted to use any of the website, web page, web server, www, or if I say HTML, HTTP. So before using all those things, you must know its terminology. You must know what it defines. So that I am going to do within my next session. Let me meet you in the next session. Until that, keep learning, keep on growing. Thank you.